little thumbs. We are live.
Well, our topic today, Mutt, is a bit of a story about your best wild boar, biggest wild boar, or your most ferocious one. And I know there's not many of those for you, but anyway,
biggest, dirtiest, hairiest boar. Shit, over the last little bit, caught one probably about 6 months ago with a mate Terry over the Mamakus. It was a good pig, but it wasn't that big, but it was 160. Good hooks, good hooks, bit of a runner.
Good fight,
good rumble. Yeah, put up a good fight. Actually, it did 16 kilometres trying to get away from us, so that was that was a good runner.
Some good yards.
Yourself? Really? Let's be blatantly honest, mate. You haven't caught a pig in let's go. Shit. Wind the clock back.
No, but the ones I have caught, by golly, they're monsters.
By golly. Okay, let's go back way back in the
the one that really sticks to memory for me, mate, is that, do you remember that one we caught and it had one ear? And so, given that, one that had one ear, so it obviously been bloody had a few fights in its time. But it was really hard to bloody catch her because we could only one of our big holders could hold one side, so it could keep spinning around on him. And boy, he could bloody scrap too, and he had big hooks. That was up the Rokokiri River, eh?
Yeah, that was a good pig. He was a slayer. Yeah.
He was a bloody beast.
What about that time we caught that big boar on the backside of the range, and he was down in the blackberries. Remember, it was a massive big blackberry bush, just about as big as a house, and we had to walk around and around.
Yeah.
Finally, we had to trample in the middle, and it was just him and our black. What was our black Levy's name?
Pummel.
Old Stanjo. No, it wasn't Stanjo. Remember that black lab was the only dog left in there?
Yeah. We couldn't get into that blackberry until we bloody walked around and pressed it down, eh?
Yeah, that was a good pig too.
He was a beast, man.
He would have pushed 2 ton, that one, eh?
Yeah. So I remember one had with the old man, and I got there first, and the old man yelled out, what's it like? Is it a good one? And I said, yes, it's not bad. It's a not bad one. And he turned up there, and it was a fucking monster, mate. And this bloody pig sort of broke away from our dogs, and fucking chased her.
Chased you?
Chased her
straight up the tree.
Wow, fuck! I was up the tree, and the old man couldn't get up because I was
the boots
were in his face.
Yeah.
So, but that was a bloody bit of a beast, eh? Bit of a beast.
Where was another pig? Well, I tell you what, I had a strange, caught a good pig one time. It was over Waiheke Island.
Oh yeah.
You think Waiheke Island, you think parkers and sort of vineyards and stuff. But on this backside of Waiheke Island, bro, there's quite a bit of country. We caught this. He would have, well, it wasn't the biggest pig, but he would have been 170, 175. No. But we caught him out real early in the morning. He was up flipping some cow shits because there's farms on the backside of the island.
Yeah.
He put up a good ramble.
It's okay, so sometimes, some of the boars we've got aren't necessarily the biggest ones, but man, they can scrap, eh?
Yeah, well, case in point, our last hunt down home, eh?
Yeah.
All cocky airs, had a new dog, and then we just thought we'd shoot up the river. Got our new pack, and we're up there. First pig we hit, thrashed all 3 of our dogs. Sort of brought us back down to earth with a stud.
Bloody tuned them up, and he wasn't a big boy. Big grey bugger, eh?
Yeah, he looked a big ginger, big grey, bluey looking bugger, but he wasn't that big. But now that I think of it, I was looking uphill and Turbo, who's quite a tall dog, he was taller than Turbo, so yeah, he would have been 150, 160. But in all honesty, Ruby.
Yeah. Well, there's never much honesty come out of you, but what are you talking about?
No, well, this is honest.
Yeah.
We never used to weigh our pigs, back in the day.
No, well, that's the thing, because, ever since, we've sort of grown up and gone away and done a lot of hunting and that, a lot of people always judge their pigs on how heavy, eh?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know about any viewers out there, but we never sort of like had scales at home, and we never weighed them. It was just a bit of a judgment thing, but it was always awesome to catch a big boar not because of its size and all that, and because it was a good trophy, but because generally big pigs are more craftier, more cunning, and bloody they can scrap harder, so they live longer. But that was more why we liked catching the bigger ones rather than a trophy. Eh?
Yeah, that was the mana of it. Here's a question to all our viewers out there: do you weigh your pigs, and why do you weigh your pigs? Is it so you can, piss in competition? Oh, I caught a big this, or do you generally weigh them? I don't know, so you know what your animals are doing at certain times of the year, or does another big one come through on the cycle? So I don't know. But yeah, we never used to weigh our pigs. It used to be, if it can fill the whānau's freezers, fit to go.
Yeah. Also, like I've heard a lot of sort of stories in my time hunting, and about sort of different coloured boars too. We had some like blue boars, obviously our big black Captain Cookers, and some ginger boars. Is anyone out there, do they think there's a type of pig that's more bloody, got more grunt than another? What's your experience, mate?
Well, yeah, luckily I've done a little bit of hunting on Aotearoa, and you definitely find that animals live in different regions, have different characteristics, i.e. like down the coast, our pigs, they'll try and outcraft you and outrun you, but they won't, they won't take off like the kangaroo pigs. They just run as they're born running. Hence you've got to adapt your packs differently. That's why our dad always run big holders. We found that at first hand. We went home, thought we'd go up there and catch us a big boar. All we got was caught us a big vet bill. So our dogs caught a flogging. But the boys over in the K-Raw, the Makatu, the boar slayers, all those boys, they run lean, fast packs. Some of them going back to bigger dogs now to hold them, but they run lean, fast packs to get out there and grab that pig. Animals just like down south. You've hunted down south. Those animals down there, the tussock pigs. They got different behaviours, different characteristics.
Yeah, and there's like Matt says, there's pigs that'll just stand and scrap. They'll find them a good place to back up against, so nothing can get them behind them. Yeah. And they'll just say, bring it on and go for it. And there's other boars that'll just that'll run like hell, and they have their different strategies of getting away.
Yeah. I find one of the strategies. Yeah, obviously we know the kangaroo, and I haven't hunted K-Raw much or forestry hunting, so if anyone would like to take us out, be more than willing to come for a ride. Been out a couple of times with the old bro Terry, and the strategy of the pig there, from what I can see, is if in doubt, run it out, and they're just like hit the tracks. But I think the Makatu boar slayers, the kangaroo hunters, the K-Raw hunters, they know how to hunt their blocks. They drive, drop off on cutovers and all that kind of things, and. But that's a good thing, I guess. You got to know your terrain. You got to know your animals' activities, how they're trying to escape you. I guess.
Yeah, and I reckon that gets back to that question about some hunters actually understanding, what they're hunting and how they're hunting it, and not just bloody, jumping on their truck or their four-wheeler, got their high-powered gun. And they're thrashing away through the bush, and hopefully like something can see something and they unload on it. Back when we were growing up, it was more of a bloody, more of a science, more of a respect for nature, more of a, trying to outwit, especially in particular the old wild boy, who's bloody very, very astute.
So then begs the question, Ruben. As a pig hunter, someone that can go out and buy a couple of dogs off Trade Me and a Garmin tracking unit, can they call themselves a pig hunter? Or as a pig hunter, and just follow the unit around and, invariably get themselves lost? Or as a pig hunter, a bushman that knows what the animal's doing, what's it feeding on at a certain time of the year? Is there two different types of hunters? Or are they one and the same?
I reckon for me, like, heaps of respect, and it's all good for the young fella that was maybe never brought up on it, but wants to get into it and wants to, maybe even supplement the family's, kai table and that's awesome. But I still reckon you need to understand and you need to respect the environment. You need to understand, your animals. You need to have a bit of a mutual respect there, because part of providing a kai is that the excitement and that of actually outwitting, and actually getting a big ball, because it's not easy. It's not easy.
Definitely not easy.
And maybe, I don't know. In my experiences, maybe people are doing it because it's thought of being quite trendy, and you're quite tough, or you're quite trendy, or you're quite cool to be a hunter nowadays. But you just got to understand why you do what you do.
Yeah, and I guess that's a question for the viewers out there. Why do they hunt? Why do you hunt? Is it for trophies, or is it for, like me and the bro, is it for supplementing our diet? Because, like we all know, she's getting pretty expensive in the shop, and if you can get out there and have a good hikoi around with your kuddies and catch a bit of kai for the table, even better. What's another part to our Ruby?
No, I was just thinking about, going back. Do just want to put it out there to any hunters that are interested. Would you like to do that riding on horseback, sort of taking it back to how they used to hunt, or do you prefer that 4-wheel drive or Polaris or whatever it is? Would you? What ways do you guys really like hunting? And if you could do a different way, what way would that be? What do you like doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm like you, Ruby. I like taking it right back to old school on the old hoi up the river. But I guess, then we've got to look horses for courses. If we look at, I've had the privilege of hunting a lot of different areas over the years. And on big stations, big farms, Polaris, get you there, get you where the animals are, get into it straight away. K-Raw, another example. Those fellas have, you could say, adapted to their environment. So a lot of driving around, which, sometimes can be a little bit boring, but if you've got good dogs on the front of your bonnet and they jump, she's all on. So I don't know. Yeah, we got some feedback there. Yeah, hoi.
No, I personally love riding the horses, mutt. I just think it's real sort of fitting in with the old nature, eh?
Yeah, mate, you're good at riding them, good at bailing off them too, eh? Let's be honest, eh?
Let's not get into the shit horses you used to have.
Hey,
mate.
bro, they won the race, but the speed doesn't matter how you get to the finish line.
Yeah, no, awesome. So I suppose out there to this our first live Blood Brothers post. We're gonna do them regularly. If you got any questions you want to put forward about any hunting, we don't claim to be professionals at anything. We just love what we do. We do it for a reason, and we do it anyway.
Yeah. So if you got any feedback, hit us on the old Facebook page, Blood Brothers. Watch for our new Snapchat, Blood Bros. So we'll get back at you. Hold on, we got some
coming in.
We got some breathers coming in there. Calvin Cherdoys. Oh, Calvin Bristow. Oh, Calv, yeah, used to go to school with you, eh? Bro, you got to stop taking funny photos of yourself on Facebook, bro. You're not the most handsome man in the world, and putting up funny ones is not helping you out at all, brother.
Hey, Dan, good to see you coming in, bro.
Dan Kahuna.
Been getting out for a hunt?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Kenox is joined.
Choice. Alright, if you want us to stick around and talk some more shit about hunting, chuck some likes up. If not, we'll sign out and we'll move on.
Yeah, or chuck us up a question right there, man, and we can have a conversation with you. There we are.
Sweet.
Oh shit, yeah, tough, touchy subject, eh? What's your best dog killing story? Yeah.
Oh man, I suppose like all you hunters out there. Shit, man. Like our dogs are, they become part of the family, and they're our best mates, and they've been through some tough times with you as a hunter, and so, you know, we've had a couple of our good dogs killed on boars, and I had, you know, like my two best dogs, Sam. I had one Sam, big bull mastiff, and Handsome was my other dog, and both lost them to big boars, and pretty bloody sad times.
Yeah.
But in a way, bro, they sort of understand that they live by the sword and they die by the sword, and they love it. They love hunting. They love wild pigs. We don't force them to do anything. They just love it. So sad times, and I'm sure all the hunters sort of out there and listening in will appreciate the, you know, losing their good dogs and their best mates.
Yeah, especially old Sam, because the old man was hunting for a movie at the time, and his job was to catch a big pig and put it in a pen. So we had to take this pig alive, and I remember I was still going to school at Te Kaha, and the old man, I hopped on the bus to go home, and of course the Cape boys were on our bus, and this is where it happened. Sam got killed that morning, and they heard, and they were telling about, you know, oh bro, your fella's big dog got wasted, eh? And I was going, no, he's at home, he's all good. And got home, the old man told me the story. You know, there was a bit of a tangi, big tangi hunga. Actually, we put our old dog in the urupa, to be fair. But yeah, it wasn't good times, and like all of the hunters out there, you know, you treasure your dogs, and when they do, if they do succumb to the old puaka, it's tough times. But like Ruby said, live by the sword, die by the sword.
You know, funny enough, some of our dogs that have been killed, and I'm sure you viewers will agree on this, like sometimes it doesn't look like a bad rip. You know, like you can get your dogs bloody carved right up, and they're quite superficial wounds, and then you can sew them up and they're all good. Man, some of these bloody pigs, you know, they don't look like much, and there's a little hole in there, and then Jesus, next thing your dog's bloody lost so much blood, and just bloody lose them just like that, eh?
Well, prime example, our last hunt down the coast, we had a young dog with us. He got stuck right in his elbow here, on the inside of his elbow, which the main artery runs down there. And it didn't look like much at the time, but then, next thing our dog he was getting a bit wobbly on his legs and a big blood trail, so we had to tourniquet his arm, chuck him in a vest, stuck a pole down his back, and he was strung between me and Ruby walking it out. So that'll be coming up on our blood brothers, so keep an eye on it.
Just want to say a shout out to Sally and Turangi Tavern. Awesome that you guys are watching in. We had a great time there a few weeks ago. Stopped in and saw our mate Sally and had a couple of beers. Hi to the Turangi Tavern crew.
Turangi's Boar's Nest there, there's those buggers down there. The old Turangi Boar's Nest.
Cheer Cuzzy, J.I. Good to see you clicking in, brother.
Yeah, big JJ. Ciao, working. Oh yeah, so it's pretty cool, eh? It's pretty neat way of getting out to the people and the population, so thanks for tuning in there, crew. Oh, Bruce Jepson.
Brucey just clicked in. He doesn't even know what hunting is, apart from when he goes to town.
Nah, bro, what about when we took Bruce and young Woody up the creek that time?
Yeah.
For a hunt?
Yep.
Yeah, old Bruiser, mate. You'll be a good hunter, Bruiser. You can do the job, mate. Nah.
Awesome. Well, crew, thanks for clicking in on our first one. We really keen to do one of these a week, and if you have any questions during the week, chuck them up on our Facebook page, and we can answer them, and we'll get back to you. Hope you guys enjoy it. We just we don't claim to be anything. We just love what we do.
Yeah, make sure to tune in. Blood Brothers out.
Blood Brothers out. Gee. Oh, sorry.
Hey, sir. How you going there, cuz? Every time we got to tune out, someone joins in.
Oh, Dan, sorry.
Morbid, yeah, bro, yeah. Up to. Ace Tier. Down there in Porneke. How's the training going, bro? You got all that gym down there going pretty hearty, eh? Down in Porneke, you'll carry some good pigs, bro. Good chunky legs.
Awesome. Well, we got a... Asa, you'll appreciate this. Partly why we get in and keep in our hunting is to keep fit, mate, eh? Keep nice and strong, keep healthy, good sort of role models for our kids, and you'll appreciate that, Asa.
Bruce just chimed back in here.
Big bloody ball we got, Bruce? Yeah.
Bro, you ran up the tree like it was a big bloody ball, Bruce. Yeah, awesome.
All right, thanks, team. Thanks for the support. We got to click out.
Yeah, man. Tune in for more episodes of Blood Brothers coming soon.
Appreciate all the likes. Awesome.
Watch the space.
See you later.
True.